Have you ever pondered where all the affluent and sophisticated people live in Michigan? Probably wondering if Michigan even has affluent and sophisticated people. I mean, that would probably be the first question to ask. Well, we do. There are actually over 214,000 millionaire households in Michigan. Is that figure accurate? Yeah, I assure you that's an accurate number. 214,000 millionaire households in Michigan. Curious where they live? What cities they reside in? What Detroit suburbs those millionaires call home? Let's dive in to find out. Claiming the 10th spot on the list is Troy, Michigan. So Troy boasts an average household income of $80,000 and an average home value of $335,000. The city of Troy is actually quite expansive. It boasts a population of 80,000 inhabitants. It's the 11th largest city in the state of Michigan. It's the largest affluent suburb of Detroit. You're kidding. How large? It's sizable. Like really sizable. With 80,000 people, that's pretty substantial. So Troy not only stands as one of the wealthiest cities in Michigan, but it also garners recognition as one of the safest cities to reside in. Don't just take my word for it. Look it up yourself. CNN even ranked it as the 22nd best place to live in the United States. In the United States, there are numerous cities in the United States. Troy is just one of them. Now, I mentioned the average home price in Troy is $335,000, but there are some very, very opulent residences there. So take a gander on Zillow or wherever. Securing the 9th position is Novi, Michigan. Novi, Michigan, I have a soft spot for it. You're looking at an average household income of $94,000 and an average home value of $560,000. That's over $500,000, making it quite the upscale locale. Novi is another substantial city. It's home to over 60,000 individuals. And once again, it's another city that repeatedly earns accolades as one of the premier places to reside in Michigan. Go ahead, if you're skeptical, do your own research online. Again, the average home price here is $560,000, but there are countless million-dollar properties in Novi. I actually created a video highlighting the most luxurious neighborhoods in Novi. If you're interested in purchasing a residence in any of those neighborhoods, let me know. I'm your guy, without a doubt. I don't think I need to delve into how lavish the residences are here in Novi. I've also produced videos covering Novi's history and various other aspects of Novi. I highly recommend you watch some of those, especially if you're considering relocating to Novi. I mean, it's only logical that you would watch the videos if you're planning to move to a city. Well, yeah, obviously. Occupying the 8th spot on the list is Grosse Pointe Farms, with an average income of $115,000 and an average home price of $268,000, which is somewhat peculiar. You'd expect higher home prices given the income level, but that's not the case. Grosse Pointe Farms is a northern suburb of Detroit, and it's part of the 5 cities in the Points. You have Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Farms, Grosse Pointe Shores, and Grosse Pointe Woods. It's quite posh over there. Only 2 of the Grosse Pointes made it onto this list. Some describe Grosse Pointe Farms as a quaint, old-fashioned small town, and indeed it's quite small. The population stands at a mere 9,400 individuals. If you compare it to places like Troy, Troy is immense. Grosse Pointe Farms is not. You could fit the population of Grosse Pointe Farms into Troy 8 times over. 8. The farms actually encompasses the actual point in Grosse Pointe. It's situated just east of the Grosse Pointe War Memorial. The cityscape of Grosse Pointe Farms varies greatly, ranging from modest bungalows to multi-million-dollar mansions. It's quite remarkable. In the past year alone, 67 homes have been sold in Grosse Pointe Farms for over $500,000, with 16 of them fetching over $1 million. So you had 16 multi-million-dollar homes, or million-dollar homes, sold in Grosse Pointe Farms just in the past year. That's quite fancy. Securing the 7th position on the list is Rochester Hills, Michigan. Well, Rochester Hills boasts an average income of $125,000 and an average home value of $370,000. So once again, the average home price here is less than in places like Novi, yet the average income is slightly higher. It may seem contradictory, but I suppose it balances out. The main draw here is that it's a sizable affluent suburb. You're looking at roughly 70,000 residents, so it's spread out. It's not as compact as some of the other areas we're discussing here. It's interesting because many people who inquire about relocating to places like Novi and Northville also express interest in Rochester and Rochester Hills because of their similarities in housing styles and overall setup, despite being in different locations. One of the downsides of Rochester Hills would be the traffic, depending on your workplace. If you're commuting to an area like Detroit, the severity of traffic congestion can vary. And if you need to travel to the airport, it might take even longer. It all depends on the time of day, the time of year, the time of everything. There's plenty of green space, picturesque scenery, and recreational activities here. That's another reason why many people are drawn to it. There's abundant shopping options, and the area is bustling with activity. There's a nearby winery, golf courses, you name it. It's a rather delightful city. Another interesting tidbit is that Eminem actually owned a home here. And Madonna grew up in the city. This is her hometown, though she's moved on. I doubt she'll ever return. Moving on to number 8 on the list, we have Grosse Pointe Shores. Here's another one of the points. You're looking at an average household income of $150,000 and an average home price of $400,000. So, in a way, the homes are more affordable compared to those in Northville. There are only 3,000 residents here, making it one of the smallest cities. The city is situated on Lake St. Clair, a mere 15 miles outside of Detroit, and it boasts the longest shoreline of all the Grosse Pointes. The entire community is residential, comprised solely of homes. If you reside in Grosse Pointe Shores, it's akin to living on a vast freshwater ocean. Lake St. Clair spans a respectable 430 square miles. I say respectable, but 430 square miles is indeed sizable, yet it pales in comparison to the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are immense. They're akin to bona fide oceans. Monumental. It's a mere 19 minutes to reach the city of Detroit. That's approximately half an hour to reach the airport. So if you reside here and frequently need to catch flights because of your affluence, you can reach the airport swiftly within 30 minutes. Not too shabby. It's a remarkably family-friendly city, offering an array of activities. There are numerous historic homes here, including the Edsel and Eleanor Ford House, which you can tour. So if that interests you, you should definitely pay a visit, even if you don't reside here. Next up on our list is Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, with an average household income of $170,000 and an average home price of $580,000. This surpasses the cost of homes in many other places. This northern suburb of Detroit is technically the wealthiest city in Michigan. According to whom? According to Bloomberg, not according to me. It was also ranked as one of the top 20 wealthiest cities in the United States, owing to its abundance of million-dollar residences. It's practically teeming with million-dollar, multi-million-dollar homes. When you envision ultra-luxurious homes, this is what comes to mind. A staggering 39% of homes in Bloomfield Hills have a valuation exceeding $1 million, and 30% of the homes fall within the range of $500,000 to $999,000. This means that over 70% of homes in Bloomfield Hills are valued between $500,000 and the millions. Simply astounding. This city has a rich history dating back to 1820. Consequently, there's an abundance of historic sites here. Additionally, Cranbrook is located here, so if you're intrigued, you should definitely pay a visit. But chances are, you're already familiar with this if you've watched any of my other videos, like my top places to live in Oakland County. Alright, moving on to number 2 on our list, we have Birmingham, Michigan. Oh, Birmingham, so posh. You're looking at an average household income of $170,000 and an average home value of $727,000. $727,000 is the average home price here. It's tied with Bloomfield Hills in terms of income, but the homes here are significantly more expensive. Hence, it earns the second spot on our list. And it's more populous, boasting 21,000 residents. The city is situated between Detroit and Pontiac for those attempting to visualize its location, and it's the hometown of both Tim Allen, Tim the Tool Man Taylor, and David Spade. That's Joe Dirt. What? Oh yeah, if you weren't aware. And the voice of Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear, his voice. He resided here. If you grew up watching Toy Story and you aspire to purchase a residence in one of these areas, that's fantastic. Birmingham is fantastic. It boasts over 20 parks, offering a plethora of recreational activities such as nature trails, sledding hills, playgrounds, golf courses, tennis courts, and baseball fields. It's teeming with amenities. The city also features a central park, known as Shane Park, where numerous outdoor events are held. You should definitely check it out, especially if you reside here. Just moved here? Check it out. Birmingham is renowned for having one of the finest downtown areas in the state. It's brimming with activity. My only gripe is the parking situation, which can be challenging. You're reliant on meters or the parking garage. It's quite different from places like downtown Plymouth, which boasts an open parking garage that's easily accessible. I could produce an entire video dedicated to downtown Birmingham. I probably will. Stay tuned. All right, securing the top spot on our list is Beverly Hills, Michigan. with an average household income of $195,000 and an average home price of $340,000. Is that all? That's all. Seems peculiar, right? But we're considering income here. Not to be confused with Beverly Hills 9 Dokent. This is Beverly Hills 4805. It's nowhere near the same thing. 4805 just doesn't have the same ring to it, right? Perhaps that's why they never made a TV show about it. But if they decide to make one, I'd love to be a part of it. Beverly Hills, Michigan is actually a village. It's not a town or a city, it's a village. So if you move here, you'll be a villager, a wealthy villager, amassing a considerable fortune. This village spans a mere 4 square miles and is home to just over 10,000 residents. So it's not expansive, but it's larger than many other cities on this list. Surprisingly, there aren't many super opulent properties for you to park your Corvette in front of. Over the past year, only 3 houses have sold for over $1 million. So it's not overflowing with mansions like some of the other places are. Residents here seem to prefer saving their money like Scrooge McDuck. Holding onto your money, diving into it, just stacking it up, perhaps not coins, that always seemed odd. Jumping into coins, you'd hurt yourself. Many affluent individuals choose to reside here because it's tranquil, peaceful, and conveniently located. It's only 22 minutes to reach the city of Detroit and 27 minutes to the airport. Not too shabby, save your money, reside in a pleasant locale. There are plenty of parks and recreational activities here too. So if that's what you're seeking, you'll find it here. So what do you think? Are you considering relocating to any of these cities? If so, reach out. Let me know because I can assist you. And if you're looking to sell your home and you reside in any of these cities, I am your go-to person for that as well. And if you're still exploring other cities and towns to relocate to, check out some of the other videos and playlists around here, and I'll see you there.